What would you say is your favorite dua or a dua that you constantly recite from the Quran or the Sunnah?
So it's not one specific dua, to be honest with you. I think one of the, if I can single out one, it would be Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, Thabbit Qalbi ala Dinik. In today's times where there's so much tribulation, trial, people are tested all the time. O turner of hearts, affirm my heart to your religion, because none of us are guaranteed that we can actually die with Iman, die with the Shahada on our lips. And if we value that, then we keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant that to us, throughout our lives and right until the end.
Yes, for me, I think it's the dua more so. As you mentioned, there's many duas, but رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Asking Allah for goodness in this world, goodness in the next, and to be saved from the fire. It's mentioned that Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu says that this was one of the most recited du'as by the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, especially during the last part of his life. And when you look at the du'as in the Quran as well as the Sunnah, you find that they are du'as which are all encompassing. So a person doesn't have to say 100 sentences in order to get to one thing. No, one sentence, and that was that's the miracle of the Quran as well as the speech of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, where in a small amount of words or whatever is being said, there's vast meaning, encompassing meaning. Hence you find a lot of scholars encourage people to use these du'as which are all encompassing. I mean, asking for the goodness of this world encompasses everything, and asking to be saved from the evil of this world encompasses everything. So I think that's also extremely important. Also asking Allah for acceptance, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you steadfast, your family steadfast, etc.
What about asking Allah over and over again?
That's actually something beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah loves to be asked for those things. Obviously, you acknowledging that He is the one in charge. When you make a dua, let's say you're asking for something from this world or something in this world, and you're hoping to see it, you're asking for a result, and you feel you haven't gotten a response, ask the next time and the next time and the next time. That hope in the fact that Allah will respond to you is also reward, because you are hoping in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That wait and that patience is also a reward, and that dua is also a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes, I feel like that aspect is something that people need addressed, because they keep asking for something, and then at the end they say that, you know what, I've been asking and I don't get. So what would we say to a person that's literally been asking for years, for example, for something? And should people be asking for something specific, like in marriage, for example, for a specific woman, yes, or a specific man?
When a human being realizes that he doesn't know the future, his judgment is weak. He's a human at the end of the day. He may be completely mistaken. And you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something so specific, like you're asking for a person in marriage, you're asking for a specific car, you're asking for a specific house, and you carry on asking and asking and asking. At times, as you mentioned, some people become attached to the dua, but some people have become attached to the thing itself also. So they've become attached to that person, they've become attached to that piece of material. And you find that at times people's hearts then sway, they become upset with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I feel that when asking for something specific, there's a few things. Firstly, as we mentioned, we could say the first category, things that they don't belong to you in the first place. It's not the norm, it's not the default. You've been asking, you've been trying. There has to come a point where you now leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There has to come that point where you say, you obviously know that, oh Allah, you know best and you will choose for me. But then you realize that, you know what, my choice here may not be the best. I've tried my best, what is humanly possible. And you leave it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, I feel that asking for something specific, that's the norm. So for example, somebody is sick and they carry on asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until they are cured, or until that disease may be decreased, or they may pass away with that disease. I feel that here a person can carry on because there is hope. And generally the human being is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all of us, and you find most people, in fact it's the norm that health is something required by a human being. So for that, you carry on asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
And this ties perfectly into the dua of Istikhara, where you say, اللهم إن كان هذا الأمر خير لي في ديني ومعاشي وعاقبة أمري فاقدره لي ويسره لي ثم بارك لي فيه. And then you literally asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if it's good for me, then decree it for me and grant me barakah in that. And if it is bad for me, فاصرفه عني واصرفني عنه. So turn it away from me and turn me away from it as well. So you literally telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't know, you know. And this is where I feel this part, people say, but I made dua istikhara, it should be happening. It should, hold on. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen. The fact that you made dua istikhara is saying, I'm leaving it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows. I'm just asking for what's best for me.
So I think some people who make istikhara, they feel that they're supposed to see a dream or something supposed to become easy, or because of the human being's own bias, they feel like, okay, I've done istikhara, and they take it as I'm actually gone and I've gotten the green light and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And istikhara is not that. As you mentioned, istikhara is you leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it's best, it will come. If it's not best for you, it won't come. And that's the dua you've been making. It might not be the best for you in the akhirah, and you don't know about that.